Welcome to the Yukon in North 61. It got down to minus 40 this weekend at night where we were going to go. So we're waiting a week. We're going to leave next Saturday, come back Wednesday. We're going to go bison hunting. So I needed to do some maintenance on my snowmobile. And also, one of the things that people suggest you do is put on a switch to turn off your light, because it's supposed to scare game less if you can turn your light off. So I tried to do that. It was a comedy of errors, but let's see how it went. We're back on a big hike here on Valentine's Day, and right behind me, well, there's a Valentine. So I last left you with the project on my Skidoo to turn off the light. It's turned into a bit of a disaster. We'll show you that. And there's a little Valentine there.
Hi.
These are the three rifles I'm thinking of bringing. They all have palm swells. They all have a beautiful little palm swell on them, and maybe that's why I like them so well. 9.362, 358 Norma, or the 300 Magnum Fierce. I can't even decide. These both have the 1-6 Huskama. This has a 3-9 Very X2 long range. I don't know. Can't decide. Okay, change the oil. Use this little kit here. Pretty easy little job. Change the gear oil. Took the old gear oil out. And now I'm attempting to put this switch in to shut off my light. So I've got this off. That is your gray orange right there. So that's got to get cut. Gonna cut that one. And then wire this in. Probably shorten that wire a little. It just has to get up to here maybe. So I got much more wire than I need. I'll cut a little bit of that off. And I'll wire that in, and then I'll be able to shut off my headlight, and then I'll put this back in. Also found out a spot to put this hot pot on. So right in there, there's the hot pot. It's basically right on the muffler. I gotta tighten it up maybe a little more. But that allows me to keep food warm. We're going for 5 days. So to have a hot lunch on the go, that's a real handy thing to have. In on there. Okay. I have screwed up like unbelievably. I tried to wrap, rather than using one of those nice connectors, I tried to go old school and wrap the wires around my switch, which is here. Everybody told me to use bigger wires than I wanted to, so I used these big wires, and when I wrapped those wires around this wire, all I managed to do was break this wire. So now I just have that little nub left. So I'm going to have to try to figure out how to use that little nub. So what I've done is I've gone with these cheaper ones. These cheaper little connectors. And I cut that vinyl off, you can see. And I put a shrink wrap over it. So that's very small now. So I've got one shot at this to try to get this into that little nub. And you can see it's just barely gonna maybe work. So I can't even fit a stripper in there, so I'm gonna have to use this little sharp paring knife to try to strip the wires off. This is going to be a hell of a thing. I really screwed this up. You're supposed to leave at least 2 inches of wire. I got somehow stupidly confident. But we'll come back and we'll see how I did. Okay. Okay, that was a nightmare. Hopefully these wires stay on. But let's test it. Lights on. Lights on. Lights on.
Do it again.
High beam. High beam.
Oh, yep.
And low beam. Low beam to high beam. What's wrong here? Dropping off here. Taking off. On. Off. On. Off.
Let me see that little switch. I'll do it. On. Off. So professional.
Okay,
Such a professional job.
No, I don't know about that.
Well, it looks good in the end.
It was a bit of a nightmare.
Yeah.
There's hardly any wire to work with. So my friend said you have to have at least 2 inches. Well, there's not 2 inches of wire there. Now, I did break off about a ½ inch. And that really is making it tricky, but it's working now. Hopefully it'll work for 3 or 4 years. I'm not looking forward to going back in there again, but at some point I probably will have to. So, I'll just maybe clean that up a little bit with a twist tie. And, or actually there's no moving parts in there. I'll just leave it like it is. And I'll put this back in. And we'll test it again to make sure that it's going to work. Put all the wires back there. And this should just clip right in there.
Okay.
Let's try it one more time. Try not to get gassed out here.
Excellent. All right, Greg. Good job. Okay, I'm over and out.
I'm not an electrician. I would do it totally different if I had to do it again. I wish I had a chance.